stacking consistent mileage week after week, month after month, year after year, baby. If you get injured and sick, you can't keep stacking that next brick. Keep easy days easy, make your hard days hard. But how do you measure easy? Again, 180 minus your age, MAF method. Keep your heart rate below that. And that is simple, but it is hard to do. So you gotta learn how to love it.
Man, I thought I had everything, I was lonely. Now you're my everything, I was lonely. I missed a lot of love with a lot of drugs, then I found you.
All right, Monday morning, good morning. We got an easy run. We've got the heart rate monitor is on. And as always with low heart rate training, I follow the MAF method. So you take 180 minus your age and keep your heart rate below that. So for me, turning 25 here in about 2 weeks, so I'll use 25, keeping my heart rate below 155.
Who'da known you would save my life? Who'da known you would fly my kite? Could you tell? Could you tell? Could you tell? Could you tell where my head was at when you...
Mile 1 down 8 minutes flat, heart rate very low, nice and cool morning out. Lots of downhills getting started today. And today's topic, low heart rate training. A lot of the value that you get from low heart rate training is in what you don't experience. For this year, 2025, I have been running on average pretty close to about 50 miles, 60 miles a week. And all of this year, I have not been injured or sick once. And a big reason for that is because of how I train. I think people that come to low heart rate training have a history of injuries or sickness. And a big reason they got injured or sick was because they were overtraining. Their runs were too intense. Or in other words, on their easy running, their heart rate was way too high. Because again, heart rate is the thing that is the most downstream of perceived stress on the body. So if you're doing a really hard workout, VO2 max, you want that heart rate high. But on an easy run, when you want to stay aerobic, you do want the heart rate to stay low.
Man, I thought I had everything, I was lonely. Now you're my everything, I was lonely.
I could tell where your head was at when I found you.
So, low heart rate training. Endurance is built over months and years of hard consistency and good effort. If you get injured, if you get sick, you can't keep stacking those bricks. Rhymes. If you get injured and sick, you can't keep stacking that next brick. And so again, with low heart rate training, it gives you some guidelines as far as what should be an adequate effort on your easy running. So that way you stay out of the valley of mid, where it's too high to be purely aerobic, but not high enough to really be some dedicated threshold work. But again, easy running, the beauty of it in low heart rate training is all about being able to polarize your training. Keep easy days easy, make your hard days hard. But how do you measure easy? Again, 180 minus your age, MAF method. Keep your heart rate below that. If you have been sick or injured in the last 3 to 6 months, take another 5 off of that number. Make sure you stay nice and low, keep it controlled. Your body will only grow and adapt what it can recover from. So if it's too intense all the time, it's like you have a scab on your body, but you keep picking it off, you never let it fully heal. So if you don't like low heart rate training and you want to still try and push paces, you better goddamn be on top of your sleep and be on top of your nutrition, so that way your body can handle all of that load, all of that stress.
You smiled before me, you didn't know how to. Oh, but I'm here now, baby. No life been laughing lately, so I'll save you if
PUMA shoes are freaking amazing, by the way. Gotta test out the Nitro Elite and these Mag Max. And honestly, if I wanted to, I would stick with these 2 shoes for my entire shoe rotation. I think I'm gonna do that for the next months. Updates, reviews, stay tuned.
Could you tell where my head was at when you found me?
Now, last thing I'll say, I started running by using the Nike Run Club app, and Coach Bennett, the Nike Running, he talks a lot about this one quote: run today so you can run tomorrow. And that just helps you look at your training overall in a week, not just one run. Because yeah, you'll build a lot of fitness from your dedicated workouts, but you'll build a lot of endurance, leg strength, new capillaries. That all comes from low heart rate training and stacking consistent mileage week after week, month after month, year after year, baby. And that is simple, but it is hard to do. So you gotta learn how to love it. Low heart rate training will force you to slow down. I started it in the summer, about 3 years ago, and I was doing a lot of jogging, and then I'd walk. Maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes of jogging, 2, 3 minutes of walking. But I knew if I kept doing that, I'd get to where I am today. I've got the goal to run the Boston Marathon, the World Majors someday, and I gotta get fast. This is not just a 1 month goal, this is a several year goal. And in that case, progress is not about how fast I can get there, but how smoothly I can get there. Injury-free, sickness-free, that's what smooth is. And slow is smooth and smooth is fast, if you've heard that quote too. All right, enough yapping for today. Get out and go run. I'll see you in the next one.
Now you're my everything. Yeah.
We got 5 miles done with a good low heart rate run, MAF run. You should feel like when you finish, I could have done the whole run again. Easy peasy. I am tapering for a 5K race here in 2 to 3 weeks. Sub 18 if it's a great day. You know how it goes. Always some moving variables right there. All right, now for sure enough yapping. My name is Brandon. I'll see you in the next one.